Hello everybody, this is Greg Ray with How I Lost Over 100 Pounds and I've kept it up for 30 plus years, where there should be no hesitance in your weight loss and weight maintenance. Today we're going to talk about why most New Year's resolutions don't work. Now, before I begin, if you need help with weight loss, contact me through the Clarity FM link found here in the episode notes. Also check out my podcast, The Awakened Man, which has been around since 2017. My 2 books, my website, 100poundsoffor30years.com. And lastly, if you appreciate my content, there's a link for PayPal. Clearly, 2023 is upon us. I think it's always a good thing when we reach another year because that means we're still on this planet. Some would say, well, no, I'd rather die and take my chances of maybe getting to heaven, but God decides when we die, and it's not our place to make any determination on that. So we've reached another year, and as with many people do New Year's resolutions, and most of them don't work. Now, why don't they work? I think it largely goes back to the first video and probably the most important video that I've ever done. If you're new to this channel, go to the playlist and watch the foundational episodes. I think there's 20. These are like the most important videos, in other words. And the title of that video, and I'll put it here in the banner if I remember, is the number one thing you must do for weight loss and weight maintenance. And the reason why people who do New Year's resolutions don't work is because they're not necessarily doing the deep work to understand why they're fat in the first place. So a lot of people, as the fall runs through, they know they're gaining weight and they've already probably gained more weight compared to the year before and the year before. And then it's December, like, well, it's holidays. Come on, I can't start my diet now. I'll wait till January 1st. Then, of course, there's a lot of gyms that are going to have deals and memberships for these people. It always bothers me at the gym because in January, then my gym's more crowded than normal because of all the New Year's resolutions people. And look, I get it. They have an earnest intent to want to lose weight, and they need to lose weight to lengthen their life expectancy. But all the normal, regular, week in and week out gym people know these people aren't going to be around by March. And why is it? Because look, it's all psychological. Weight loss is psychological. What we put in our mouth is psychological. And as I've mentioned ad nauseum, most people are fat because they have a disordered relationship with food. Like I did. We were not one of those people where if a plate of food's put in front of us, we just eat till we're no longer hungry. We're going to eat the entire plate and even lick the plate. That's who we were. Why did we have a disordered relationship with food? Typically, it's because of childhood trauma. Right? Something caused us to turn to food to numb the pain, to give us nurturance, whatever it is. I talk about it quite a bit in my personal playlist, Confessions of an Obese Child, which you can watch here. So people who have a disordered relationship with food as they get older, who don't make this connection that they have a disordered relationship with food, they keep turning to food when they're sad, when they're mad, whatever it is, and they can augment this with drinking too much alcohol, which is a major problem in America right now, and so they keep gaining the weight. They try to be in denial about it, but they reach a point where they're like, I need to gain weight. So now it's the beginning of the new year, like this is when it's gonna start. I'm gonna be successful this time. So their intent is earnest. So they sign up for the gym, the trainer, or the introductory free trial day. They do the calipers or whatever, or some gyms don't do this. But okay, you got 25 pounds, you got to lose, whatever it is, 30 pounds, you got to lose. And it might work for a week, you might go to the gym for a week, but there's a lot of things that are stacked against you. One is a lot of people who are overweight who don't go to the gym just simply don't know what machines to use. They simply don't know what to do. And yes, you can get a trainer. We have an episode here on should you get a trainer. And the trainer might help you with some techniques and so forth. But as a whole, they are not worth the money. Now, no offense to trainers here, but they are just not worth the money. And I wouldn't listen to a trainer who's fat, just like I don't listen to a doctor who's fat. Why would I listen to your advice? You don't even practice what you preach. But a lot of them don't know what to do at the gym. I know a lot of them don't know how to lift or the frequency or the intervals. A lot of them just don't know how to do cardio. But most of it is just the willpower is lacking. And so after a week or two, they're like, I don't want to get up early for the gym. And then the negativistic self-loathing talk kicks in. Yeah, I knew this wasn't going to work. And then you're like, oh, screw it. Back to the beer and the ding-dongs. And a lot of this is lack of conviction, lack of drive. But underneath all of that Like when you're in the old ruins of Troy, how there's 7 cities of Troy. You got to get from one layer of Troy to the next layer to the next, to get to the old Troy of Hector, is the disordered relationship with food. And this is why gyms know this, Weight Watchers knows this. We have an episode on why you shouldn't trust Weight Watchers. They know you're not going to succeed. They know that. Yeah, you might lose some weight. Maybe there's that motivation for you to lose weight so you can get in some sort of bathing suit that fits okay. But you see these yo-yo dieters all the time, right? They'll lose a little weight for whatever motivation. They're going to a wedding or it's the summer season, and then they gain it right back. Why is that? Because underlying all of it is they haven't done the deep work to figure out why they have a disordered relationship with food. And going back to that first episode I talked about, what's the number one thing for weight loss and weight maintenance is changing your paradigm. Because the paradigm you've been using your whole life hasn't worked, because clearly you're fatter than you are now. So you have to irrevocably change your paradigm, which means I have to change my view of food, my view of food, and go to therapy, whatever it is, get to the root of it. But also, like, whatever I've been doing day in, day out really hasn't been successful. So I need to work out more. So I need to change my relationship with food, how I view food. I need to go through my pantry. We have a 3-part series on what should be in your pantry, your fridge, and in your house, what you need to throw out, what you need to keep in. You got to refocus and prioritize your sleep, your stress levels, all these things. It's similar to what they tell diabetics. So diabetics who are typically fat, because that's part of the metabolic syndrome, you're fat, you're diabetic, you have high cholesterol, and you have hypertension, you have 2 choices. One, you can irrevocably and change your diet and your lifestyle, or to the point you're working out every day and you're not eating essentially a lot of carbs and you're not drinking alcohol, or we can just give you metformin, this pill, and you keep doing what you're going to do, and maybe your blood sugar will get better. Most people are going to choose the second because they just lack the willpower. But you can reverse type 2 diabetes in several months if you radically change your diet. Most people don't have the willpower. And why don't they have the willpower? Because it goes back to they use food as a crutch, just like I did. They use food to numb the pain. They use food for nurturance and alcohol, whatever it is. And so you're so inured in your habits, your negative habits and your ways, that as a whole, just like water, you're going to take the route of the less force, right? The easiest force. And so you're just going to take the pop-up pill, right? The pop-up pill mentality. So in closing, New Year's resolutions. If you really want it to work, it's a 2-step approach. One is you have to change your paradigm and realize if I really want to lose weight, I have to radically change my life. And weight loss is hard. We have videos on that too. And number 2 is figure out why you have a disordered relationship with food. I would say typically it's due to trauma and or childhood trauma, and get to the root of that. Guys, post in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I wish all you guys who are starting a New Year's resolution that it succeeds. And with every group, with 100 group of people doing a resolution, there are going to be some that really it does work and they do lose weight and they are able to maintain it. And I want you to be part of that group. Post in the comments, hit the notification, subscribe and share button. Until next time, take care, God bless and pray.